Reviews with the scent of potpourri. Films we commit to memory. Crossing the felt ropes. Watching from home on my TV. Looking at all my eyes can see. They tell me I view obsessively.
Hello and welcome to The Obsessive Viewer, a weekly podcast reviewing 2 new or recent release titles every episode with an occasional free-for-all segment at the end that we call Potpourri. I'm your host, Matt Hurt, and you can find more of my work, including my written reviews, full episode show notes, and the complete backlog of our episodes and spin-off podcasts at obsessiveviewer.com. You can also follow me on Letterboxd and other social media platforms at the username of Obsessive Viewer. And if you'd like to support us and get access to hundreds of exclusive episodes, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/obsessiveviewer. Recently on the Patreon, I did immediate reaction recordings for a few things that I can't really remember right now. But I also have tons of TV reviews, book reviews, movie reviews, commentary tracks, a whole bunch of stuff over on Patreon, patreon.com/obsessiveviewer. Sign up, support the show, get access to hundreds of stuff. And if you want to support me without messing around with Patreon or anything, you can always make a donation at buymeacoffee.com/obsessiveviewer, where you can buy me a coffee. So that's where you can support us and everything. Links to all that is in the show notes of this episode. This week on the show, later, I'll be reviewing Happy Gilmore 2, which is currently streaming on Netflix in this week's secondary review. But before that, we're going to go over some movie news and Indianapolis screenings before reviewing the new Naked Gun movie, aptly titled The Naked Gun, in this week's feature review. And joining me this week is my co-host, who can be followed on Letterboxd at the handle of Obsessive Tiny. Welcome back to the show. It's Tiny. It's Tiny. Welcome back to the show, Tiny. How's it going?
Thanks, bud. It's going really good. How you been?
Nice. I have been quite well. I neglected to mention that something on Patreon is we did a B-roll recording for like an hour about podcasting and sports and the AI and other stuff. I swear I was listening. So what's new? Like, it's been a while since you've been on the show. We of course did Life of Chuck over on Tower Junkies a few months ago. What have you been up to since then?
Man, not a lot. Like we've talked before, I haven't really so much stuff is just off my radar. My radar is so askew anymar. I haven't really been watching much. Just kind of mostly TV, honestly. Like I've watched some of the new stuff on streaming and stuff like that, but man, movies, I've just been so out of touch lately. It's kind of a bummer.
Yeah, that is a bummer. I can't relate. I saw my 45th movie in the theater this year today.
Damn.
Yeah, and it was my 100 and something. It's an obscene number. I have no life, but this is my life. It's okay. I'm content. But yeah, no. Have you been? Here's a question that's not. I don't intend it to be a gotcha question or anything. But have you been keeping up with your Letterboxd when you do watch movies?
I don't think I've added The Naked Gun to it yet. I was just thinking about that.
Wow.
I think I forgot. I think I did.
Okay.
But I mean, I've maybe missed 1 or 2 movies, but I've stayed on top of it. If you're looking at it and saying like, wow, Tiny hasn't watched anything this year, it's because I haven't watched anything. It's not not because I'm forgetting to put stuff on there.
Right. Yeah, then that means I'll be able to sleep tonight. That's okay. Good to know.
Nice.
But I was trying to discreetly look up how many movies I've watched so far this year. We're recording this August 7th. I watched my 157th movie of the year.
Wow.
Yeah. And we've got like 19 weeks left of the year, I think.
Damn.
Yeah. So
that's impressive.
I've been a busy little boy. But no, I still love it, obviously, and the stats and everything. So Good times, good times.
Sure.
I'm looking forward to later in the year, Tiny, when I bombard you with messages about like, oh, you should definitely circle back and check this out, check out this movie and everything, to fill out your top 10. So,
I know.
Yeah.
It's going to be inevitable, basically.
Yeah. You know, there's nothing in the rule book that says you can't start now.
I know.
But enough giving you the third degree. Not that I am, but yeah, is there anything that you have watched or that you're looking forward to the remaining part of the year?
Like I said, mostly TV. So like I watched the new limited series on Netflix, like Untamed is what it's called.
Oh yeah, who's in that?
Eric Bana is the lead. It was pretty solid. Yeah.
Nice.
Enjoyed it. Really held my attention. And we watched, it's been out for a while, but we watched The Perfect Couple with Nicole Kidman and Liev Schreiber. That was okay.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's just such a saturation of everything. There's so much to watch that I almost feel like there's too much out there, you know, and maybe it's starting to affect quality now. It's like they're just putting out everything.
Yeah.
So many mini series and limited series. Kind of like I'm kind of wanting for a not limited series, you know, something that's putting out 12 episodes every season and has plans for 7 or 8 seasons. I don't know. Maybe I don't know. It's just weird. It's weird that I'm such a big fan of miniseries, but it's like there's so many of them now. It's losing its luster, maybe.
Is Welcome to Derry on your radar? Like, are you aware that that's coming?
I'm aware of it. Yeah, I haven't really thought about it. I don't get on HBO a lot. That's where it's going to be on HBO, right?
Yep.
I thought so. Yeah.
In October.
Yeah. I mean, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll watch that one for sure.
Nice. We will have to do something on Tower Junkies for it, of course.
Yeah.
I recommend circling back and catching up on 28 Years Later. I will say that.
I need to do that.
Yeah. Yep. Apparently there's a War of the Worlds movie that is one of the Screen Live movies that's like it all takes place in a computer monitor, like searching, that has Ice Cube that has been just demolished in terms of reaction. Like it's apparently like horrifyingly bad. I'm very curious to check that out.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. But do you want to hear some things that are definitely not horrifyingly bad and are actually really good things that you can do in Indianapolis at various movie theaters this weekend and this coming week?
Absolutely.
Nice. So this is the Playing This Week in Indy segment of the show. I've got a few things to kind of point out. Of course, as I always say, Alamo Drafthouse on Lafayette Road in Indianapolis. The first and third Sunday of each month at 6 p.m. They have movie trivia hosted by my friend and IFJ colleague Lou Harry. That is, again, the first and third Sunday of the month. It's free to enter, free to play. You can go solo or with a team. I'm going to go to one of these. I promise. I very much want to. I'm very much excited to check it out at some point. But that's the first and third Sunday. It's not going to be this coming Sunday, but the next one. Also, Alamo is continuing their samurai, like their Way of the Samurai series. Each Saturday, they're showing a samurai film. This coming Saturday, August 9th at noon is Lady Snowblood, so check that out. And that's at the Alamo Drafthouse. Over at the Can, as I said last week, they're showing Cave of Forgotten Dreams August 10th for free. And free tickets are available on August 10th. And Tucker and Dale vs. Evil is playing on Tuesday, August 12th for $10 Tuesdays. That's at the Can Theater. And moving on to Keystone Art in my backyard. This week on Tuesday, August 12th, as part of their retro replay, they're showing Lost in Translation. So that is at Keystone Art. And finally, Indie Film Fest is having their serial cinema this Saturday on August 9th at Newfields over at the Art Museum at 10 a.m. at the Toby Theater. They're having serial cinema with a screening of Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey. You get cereal with your ticket, and they'll also have coffee for sale there. Yeah, check it out if you're in the mood for a classic, Homeward Bound, The Incredible Journey. Link to tickets is in the show notes of this episode. Tiny, do any of those things that I just rambled off appeal to you, or any comments?
Yeah, the movie trivia sounds pretty fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of those theaters that Newfields, Keystone Art. I just never get a chance to go to those anymore. It's been a long time.
Yeah. I've been able to go to Can a few times, fairly recently, like when they showed Ron. It's just so great. Like, it's great to be in those places. Like, it's such a different experience from like going to AMC and getting your seat and like sitting there and watching the Nicole Kidman pre-roll thing and then doing all of this and then watching the movie. Like, going to somewhere like Can or Alamo or even Keystone Art, it's like, it just feels a lot more film centric. It feels more like, these are my people. It's comforting. It's comforting. So
yeah, nice.
Yeah. So that's what's all playing this week and beyond in Indianapolis. I'll put links to all of these theaters in the show notes of the episode. And of course, those show notes are also available at obsessiveviewer.com/OV486. So Tiny, before we get to our feature review, do you mind if we talk a little bit about news before the reviews?
Sure.
All right, so I've got a few news items. We don't have to talk too much about each one or anything. Just want to point them out. Links to all of these in the show notes as well. Tiny, did you hear about The Social Network Part 2?
I saw a headline, but I didn't actually read about it.
Yes, so it is in the works. It is going to be written and directed by Aaron Sorkin. Which I wish that they could bring back David Fincher for directing it, but what have you. I think it's really interesting that, like, I'm very curious what it's going to be. But also Jeremy Strong is, as of a few weeks ago, was in talks to play Mark Zuckerberg in it. How do you feel about that? How familiar are you with Jeremy Strong? I know you watched a little bit of Succession.
Oh, Jeremy Strong.
Yeah.
Is he like the oldest sibling? And
yes, he's the eldest boy. He is
Gotcha.
Kendall.
Kendall. Okay. Wow. Yeah, I think I've only seen him in Succession. So.
You've also seen him in something else, Tiny. You won't know off the top of your head. I am also. Let's just say, Tiny, that when you saw a certain M. Night Shyamalan movie, there was definitely
God.
it was what was definitely happening.
Jeez, that just came. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. He plays the soldier that they run into. That
Yeah.
he's the guy's like, oh, cheese and crackers.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that's wow.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyway,
it's. I wonder if they just couldn't get Jesse Eisenberg, or like.
I don't know. It's very curious because like I'm not sure. That's a good question.
Yeah. I mean, there's nothing wrong with Jeremy Strong. Like he'll be good. I'm not saying he's bad. It's just interesting they couldn't. Yeah, that he's not in the role. But I mean, I'm a sucker for Sorkin. The Social Network is. God, that's one of the best movies of that decade, I think.
100%.
Love that movie. But what the hell is this going to be? Like, there's
very so
curious.
much. Yeah. Like, let me go ahead and read from the article. Mikey Madison is also, Mikey Madison and Jeremy Allen White are circling other lead roles in the movie. But let's see, the top choice play, another hyperliterate examination of the dark side of Silicon Valley. So let me see. Okay. So the social network followed the creation of Facebook and the metamorphosis of Zuckerberg from nerdy Harvard student with a live journal to driven tech mogul. The sequel is based on the Facebook files from Jeff Horowitz, published by the Wall Street Journal in 2021. The articles examined Facebook's harmful impact on teens and its use as a source of misinformation.
Huh.
So there is a lot that they can do with that, I am sure.
For sure, yeah. Now I'm way more intrigued, for sure.
Yeah. Again, I'm not crazy about Sorkin directing it. I don't like I remember the Trial of the Chicago 7 was pretty solid. Being the Ricardos was okay, but I don't know. I've just really, Sorkin has kind of just not really stood the test of time for me.
Gotcha. Yeah, I prefer him as a writer for sure. I don't think he needs to direct. No. Focus his creative energy on the script and leave it there. But I'll definitely see it. Yeah,
same here. The next piece of news I have is a small one, but also grave consequences for the world. Not really, but the Hulu app is going to be phased out as Disney is fully integrating service into Disney Plus. So come spring next year, I think, the Hulu app will no longer be, and everything on Hulu and Disney Plus will be fully integrated into Disney Plus. I don't like this mostly because the Disney Plus user interface is not really to my liking the way that Hulu's is. So that's a stumbling block, but I don't know. I feel like it's, I like them to be their own separate thing. How do you feel about this, Tiny?
Yeah, I kind of like some consolidation because I feel like there's too much. Streaming is so confusing. Just who owns what, who has what content. Does this have live? Does it not? Does this have movies? Yeah. Does it not? It's just hard to keep it all straight. And I can stay on top of it pretty well. I understand the whole Warner Brothers and HBO and then Paramount and then NBC Universal. I kind of follow that, so I have a better understanding for it. But the average viewer, it's confusing. It's really confusing.
Yeah.
So, consolidation is good for that purpose, but yeah, you can also get into some kind of Goliath of an app that has way too much and you can't find what you're looking for. So
yes,
if they do it the right way, I have both Disney Plus and Hulu. We use Hulu
Same.
for our live TV. So that'll be interesting to see how that works out. But tell you what would be great, Hulu might be in India. I don't know how the business side of this works, but we don't get the CW on Hulu.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember why, but if it corrects that, that'd be great because all the NASCAR Xfinity is on the CW, so I can watch the Cup stuff, but it's stupid. I have to have bunny ears to watch.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, because that's the only way I can get a broadcast of the CW.
Wow.
Yeah.
For our Gen Z listeners, bunny ears are the antennae that you can put on top of the TV that if you watch shows in the 80s or Stranger Things, they'll have tinfoil on it to increase the signal for actual...
It's a digital antenna. It's not bad. It's not that bad, but it's still an antenna. That's what I'm picking up.
Okay, so it's not connected to your giant tube television with the dial and...
Right.
You're not sitting on a recliner and having your daughter go switch the channels for you.
Right. We ain't that old.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see what happens, but I don't know. I kind of like them being separated and everything because it's such it's a gulf of content. Disney Plus has a lot of Disney stuff, obviously. I like the idea of having Disney all in one place, and then Hulu has more dark stuff. It's already weird to load up Disney Plus and see content from Hulu on there. You can watch Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends or The Shield. Like it's
Right.
weird.
It is, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, but whatever.
Right.
Speaking of whatever, the next piece of news I have is Tiny. You haven't really you haven't been in the theater that often. This year, are you aware of AMC kind of making some changes or controversial remarks about their pre-roll ads and trailers and stuff?
No, I haven't heard about this.
Okay. So recently, within the last couple of months, actually it was the beginning of July, AMC Theaters was like, okay, hey, look, we're going to show even more stuff before the movie. So it's going to extend the trailer time to about 25 to 30 minutes, as opposed to 18 to 20 minutes. And that also entails, as the trailers play, after 3 trailers, they will throw in a commercial, a Google commercial or some other commercial, and then resume trailers. And that's gotten some blowback and some annoying response and everything. And even on the app, it said they have disclaimers saying the show times are for the show times, but the actual show times are 25 to 30 minutes after that. And what's interesting also is that I've noticed that the movies aren't the actual trailer stuff and everything isn't even starting until 5 minutes after the start time, which I found kind of interesting. But it is annoying to just be watching trailers and then suddenly it's oh, here's a Google ad. It's it's jarring. I don't like it. But the piece of news that I have, Tiny, is that there was an article on Deadline yesterday that says AMC Theaters looks to shorten pre-show following studio's ire. So basically, there's rumors that they're okay, we're going to dial that back. We're going to dial that back because apparently studios were upset that they were going to do that, to basically postpone movies and everything and make it less desirable somewhat for people to go to the movies. It's funny to me that their response is that's following the studio's ire, not the consumers. And it's a little not dystopic, but it's a little disheartening because anytime people are upset with service of any kind of company policy or anything, the standard reaction is the customer is always right. So I should get this free meal, or I should do this. I should get this because I'm right. I'm the customer. And that's so inaccurate. It is that is the Karenification of that idea, has made it be something that it wasn't originally. And what I mean by that, to actually get to the point, is that idea, the customer is always right, came from marketing and market research stuff, where it's not the customers are always right. So an irate customer deserves to be treated like royalty and to calm their anger and everything. The customer is always right is a thing where, if a company puts out a product and they are proud of it or whatever, they're excited about it, and then the customers don't respond to it, the customer is right, so they would need to change that product to fit the customer's needs. It's not a thing. So I don't know, I'm getting way off track and everything, but just the idea that AMC Theaters is shortening the pre-show after the studio's reaction to it and not the customer reaction is a little disheartening, because it's okay, I get the relationship between studios and exhibitionists and theaters, but it's also what about me, little Joe A-list? It's
Well, I feel like this is almost like a corporate, just a corporate practice anymore. Like, AMC is pretty much the only name in the game anymore. Like, what's another theater?
Regal Cinemark is hanging around, but AMC is the number one like chain. Yeah.
I think that's how a lot of products are now. Like, you can't get an iPhone from anywhere. Like, you're gonna go with, you're gonna go with Verizon or AT&T or Sprint or T. Like, there's not 100 companies to choose from. There's like 5. And so same thing with movie. Like, you're not going to go, there's only like 1 or 2 places you can go see a movie, if that, right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, so basically their thought process is people who come to see movies are going to come see them no matter what.
They come to that place for magic.
Right. But it's like, they're like, it's not that they don't care. It's that they're not going to change entire policies, especially something that benefits them financially, like ads. They're not going to change that based on customers being annoyed, right?
That's true.
I mean, customer service has just gone in the shitter for that reason. Because it's like, well, you're going to stick around. I know you're not going to leave. You're going to keep coming here to watch movies. So, I mean, we noted your displeasure. But,
right.
We'll see you for the latest Avengers movie in a couple weeks. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like I think that's, and it's bullshit. It sucks.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's kind of the consumer world we live in now. But it's funny that they listen to the studios, because it's like, the studios can kind of throw it in their face too. Be like, well, okay, we're just going to we're just going to load it on our Paramount app and charge $5, and we're not even going to give it to you anymore to distribute. So screw you. So of course, AMC is trying to bow to the studio. I mean.
And to be clear, like, I'm not upset with AMC. Like I said, I'm Joe A-list, but it's also because, like, it's not like I'm not coming down too hard on AMC for this, because they did just increase A-list's price for the first time in since its inception. But they also did that by also adding an extra screening each week for people. So like, I can see 4 movies a week instead of 3 for like $5 extra per month. And so I'm still like a net positive there.
Yeah.
And like, at the end of the day, my goal or my hope for AMC theaters is that they do whatever they need to do to make sure that they keep A-list, that this subscription service style of movie going stays intact for as long as possible. Because like, I still have like, not fears about that, but like, it's just like, that has been such a boon to my movie going life that I can't imagine going back to like days without A-list.
Right.
So
yeah, and it's like, what's worse, watching a couple ads during trailers or paying $5 more for your movie ticket?
Exactly. Yep.
Yeah, there's arguments to both sides, but yeah, that's the reality. Yeah, one of those 2 options.
Yeah, find people on both sides. But the last piece of news I have before our review is Tiny, you have not seen the new Superman movie yet, right?
I have not.
Okay, you're gonna have to circle back and get that, man. It's really good.
Yeah.
But it was announced that James Gunn is going to direct the next movie in the Super Family movies at DC Studios after Superman's success. So that does not include next year's Supergirl, but whatever the next Superman or Superman adjacent movie that's going to come out in the DCU. I'm very happy with this. I loved Superman, and I mean, it's just, I'm still just so excited about the future of DC movies for a change. So, yeah.
Nice. I'm a James Gunn fan. Yeah. So, I haven't seen Superman, but I'm sure I'm going to like it. I hope it's a super dog movie.
That would be so great. Crypto? Yeah.
Crypto, yeah. That'd be awesome.
I will say, I do know that he is going to be in Supergirl. So, yeah.
Is James Gunn like done with Marvel? Like,
yeah, I mean, he's the head of DC Studios now. Like
okay. That's what I thought,
and
yeah.
Peter Safran, they're running it, and like, I'm so excited. Like, I've talked about it before, but like, for years, even before I became the now self-appointed like comic book genius expert that I am now, like, DC has always interested me more than Marvel in terms of the comics and like the source material and everything. I've just been an MCU fan because the MCU has gone so well for like so long. Yeah. And like, it's just so interesting to see the tide shifting to where, like, I'm not that excited about Marvel movies these days, but there's so much potential with DC under the guidance of James Gunn and Peter Safran that like I'm ecstatic about where it can go. So I'm excited.
Nice. Yeah, I'm cool with that. I mean, he left his mark on Marvel, and it was time to move on.
Oh yeah.
There was a void at DC, so yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. Also throwing this out there, the Batman 2 is in pre-production now. It was announced that they finished the script a couple of like a month or so ago, and yeah, it's in pre-production now. The filming is expected to commence in early 2026, and I'm excited for that because I loved the Batman. 99% sure it's not going to be connected to the DCU because they, like, James Gunn had announced that the Batman movie that's going to be coming to the DCU is going to be Batman the Brave and the Bold, which is going to have Damian Wayne as Robin, which is interesting. It's interesting, but
yeah.
Anyway,
nice. Yeah, I liked the Batman as well. So, yeah. Matt Reeves doing it.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Oh
awesome.
Yeah. Yep. So that is all the news we have before the reviews. Check out the links in the show notes for this episode. And those show notes are at obsessiveviewer.com/OV486. Tiny, what do you say we get to our feature review, which is going to be for the new Naked Gun movie, The Naked Gun?
Let's do it.
Alrighty, so The Naked Gun is currently in theaters. It was released on August 1st, and the premise, according to IMDb, is only one man has the particular set of skills to lead police squad and save the world. Director for The Naked Gun was Akiva Schaffer, and writers were Dan Greger and Doug Mand and Akiva Schaffer. The cast includes Liam Neeson, Pamela Anderson, Paul Walter Hauser, Danny Houston, CCH Pounder, and Kevin Durand. And of course, we're going to do a non-spoiler review followed by a spoiler review. Not sure how much we're really going to talk about in spoilers, but we'll give it a shot. So, Tiny, before we get to the actual non-spoiler review and everything, what is your relationship with the Naked Gun franchise, and how did you feel about the Naked Gun 2025?
I actually have some history with the Naked Gun franchise.
Nice.
We used to watch it when we were younger. I think this style of comedy can be great for kids because the physical gags and stuff and the physical comedy is great for kids because it's very simple and straightforward. But then a lot of the like adult style humor is shrouded, or it's a suggestion, it's subtextual. And so, like, I remember, I think it's the original Naked Gun. There's a part where, like, Leslie Nielsen's going to hook up with this woman, and she's like, "Do you have protection?" And he's like, "Oh, yes, I do." And they like, it cuts to them embracing each other and starting to kiss, and they're wearing like a full body condom.
Yeah.
And like, when I was a kid, I laughed because it looks funny, but I had no clue what a condom was. I didn't know what they were talking about. I didn't even know what sex was. I was like 7 years old or 8 years old when I saw that, but I still thought it was funny, and it like wasn't really inappropriate for me to, I mean, yeah, it was inappropriate for me to be watching it, but like, it didn't have like a negative effect on me. It was vague enough that it didn't, it didn't like scar me or anything. So,
yeah.
But yeah, like I feel like this is such a good brand of comedy for a wide audience. But yeah, so we used to watch them when we were kids, and I saw all three of them. Haven't watched them in years, probably since I was a kid.
Nice.
But I have fond memories of the Naked Gun franchise. So
Nice.
I wasn't really thrilled when this was announced, and like seeing trailers for it and stuff. I was like, well, it's Seth MacFarlane, kind of hit or miss, him producing it, and Liam Neeson could be pretty funny. So, but we'll see. I was like, I think it's probably just going to be terrible. I really was kind of expecting it to be terrible.
Wow.
And I had the exact opposite reaction. It is so damn funny. 100% in the spirit of the franchise. They didn't try to update it, or I don't want to say they didn't make it their own, because I think they did, but it is so in keeping with the franchise and so true to gag style comedy that it was I would have done anything differently. Like, it was perfect. Like I don't mean it's a perfect movie, but I mean the way they chose to do it was perfect. The gags were hysterical. I mean, laugh out loud comedy. Again, seeing Liam Neeson in a role like this is funny. He's done a little bit of comedy, but it's still not what he's known for. We think of the Taken Liam Neeson is still so prevalent in everyone's mind, and he goes and does something like this. That's a great choice. Pamela Anderson, maybe my favorite role I've ever seen her in.
Nice.
She was so damn funny. Like, she did a great job. Danny Houston as well, not a comedic actor, and did great. Did great with this material. I loved it. So the casting was great choices, and they just being true to the original, and just not trying to deviate or do something wildly different. Like, just stick to the formula. Not to say that it was a formulaic movie, but like just be creative with your gags, and that's what they did. That's where the creativity shined. This movie's not about a really interesting plot or well-developed characters. It's about the gags. That's this movie, and they hit those out of the park.
Yep. The not really spoiler, but like the opening scene includes like the MacGuffin of the story being labeled as like an acronym, but it spells out plot device. Like, it's just it's gold. It's gold.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Like, my relationship with this franchise is a little like, I watched bits and pieces of the movies throughout my childhood. I never really watched it beginning to end, I don't think, in one continuous viewing. So I watched the first one before this, and I had an interesting kind of experience. Like, I was like, it's fine. Like, it's okay. I don't know if I just wasn't in the right mood, but I was just like, yeah, it's okay. Like, it didn't really live up to the expectations I had for it. But like, watching this, like, you're right on the money that it is very much in keeping with that brand of humor, and while also modernizing it in some really fun ways that also does poke fun at like the current climate, in terms of like the relationship between the public and the police, but it doesn't do it in a way that's like taking a stand or like making it's like a winky thing, but it's something. But what I really liked about it was that quick, rapid succession of jokes and gags, and the brilliance of that is the full-on committing to everything, and the way that Liam Neeson plays it so straight and plays it so like not even oblivious, but like he just plays it as like he is existing in this world, and like he's a part of this world, and he's doing these gags and these turns of phrases in such an earnest way that I adored it. I adored his performance. I love seeing Paul Walter-Hauser pop up anywhere, and I thought he did a great job here. Pamela Anderson, I agree, was fantastic. It like, this is such a fun comedy, and I do have a slight anecdote, if you'll indulge me. I saw like a Facebook reel that was like a clip from I think it was the original, or I think it was one of the sequels, but it's where Frank Drebin is is asking like interrogating a guy for information. And he's like, oh, do you recognize this man? And he's like, I don't know, my memory's pretty bad. So Frank Drebin is like, maybe this will refresh your memory, and he gives him a 20. And he's like, I don't know, I'm still pretty hazy. And he's like, here's another 20. Like, no, what do you know? And he's like, oh yeah, I know that guy. I rolled with him here and there. And then he asks another question, and then I'm sorry, I'm going on a tangent, but Frank Drebin is just like, it's like, well, tell me more. What do you know this? And he's like, why do you want to know? And then he's like, I don't know. My memory's a little hazy. So then he gives back one of the 20s to Frank Drebin so that he says it. Anyway, it goes back and forth. It's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
But it was funny because I looked at the comments, and like one of the comments was, they sure don't make movies like this anymore. And then the reply was like, the new one is literally in theaters right now. Like, it's like you can go see the new one in the theater right now. So I don't know. It's just funny. But
yeah, for sure.
yeah. But yeah, I loved this. I thought it was hilarious.
Yeah. And it's funny because the plot doesn't matter and the character development doesn't really matter. It's all about the gags. Like, how do you even analyze this movie without just devolving into, oh man, this gag was hilarious, and oh, I loved how they did this, and oh, this was a great gag. Like, it's like a couple of kids talking about the funny parts. Like, that's what this movie is.
Exactly.
And, yeah, I mean, I think one thing that kind of jumped out to me, that I don't even know that this was intentional or that it matters, but like, it's kind of fun that Liam Neeson, I just looked it up. He's 73, and I think it's good that they didn't cast Anna de Armas or Sydney Sweeney, like some hot young chick to play the female lead. Like, not that Pamela Anderson is old and ugly; she's still a beautiful woman and everything. But like, it's an age appropriate pairing.
Yeah,
yeah, and like, I think that was intentional. Like, I think it was. Yeah, I liked that. It was just fun.
Yeah. And did you see that apparently they're like dating in real life now? Yeah,
I saw some headlines, but I was like, I don't know if that's true or not. Whatever.
They were asked about it in an interview, and like it was honestly, it was kind of sweet and kind of cute, but like they were both like giggling and everything, and then like I think Liam Neeson was like, well, you work together on a film. There's really great chemistry, and we're just kind of exploring that. Like, we're just doing our thing. It's just like, I'm like, good for them. Good for them.
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, their chemistry was really good on screen too.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And I was looking forward to this movie because Akiva Schaffer was directing, and I'm a big fan of The Lonely Island. Akiva Schaffer is like one of the Lonely Island guys. He previously directed Hot Rod and Popstar Never Stopping. Like some of like my favorite comedies of the last like however many years. He's just had his hands in that, and there's just such a level of not necessarily reverence for the original or anything, but like there's just this steady hand, this confident way to bring out that humor. And like I said, they're just living in this world that is just committing to the bit, like little bits and pieces that are recurring throughout it, like the constant being handed cups of coffee. That gag, like, I thought early on, I was like, okay, that's really funny. It could get old, so they better be careful. But like throughout the movie, it keeps happening, and I'm like, no, they're nailing it. They get exactly the tone that they're going for. They know exactly how much they need to do with this, and it just kept happening, and it's great.
Yes, that was one of my favorite gags.
Yep. Yeah, it's so good. And the way that it updates some of the kind of iconic bits for like modernizing it in a way by also paying homage to it is really good and clever. Like the one that I'm gonna point to the most is the body cam thing. There's a sequence where they have to review the body cam footage of Frank Drebin Jr. And they're going through like the day's worth of body cam footage, and it's hilarious, like toilet humor. It's very much like it's very lowbrow, but it is, again, Liam Neeson is selling that. He is playing it so like authentically that the comedy is just coming through so well, and it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious. And of course, like it's a kind of an echo of the hot mic scenes in the franchise before, but now it's updated to body cam footage, and I love that. I absolutely love that.
Absolutely, yeah. They did such a good job with it.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. And the kind of tech billionaire villain, Danny Houston, in this movie was cartoonishly evil, but again, it played to its strengths so well and so confidently that I had a ball. It was great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He like when he quoted the Black Eyed Peas song.
Yes.
He just like played it so genuine that it was, God, that was so damn funny. Yeah.
That was
the
great.
Whole theater cracked up at that one.
Yes.
Yeah.
So much fun. So much fun. What about we don't have to go into specifics or anything, but the actual story, like there is a storyline, there is a plot line and everything, a mystery afoot and everything. I thought it was acceptable. Like it didn't hound on it too much or anything. I thought it was a good, just like backdrop for the hijinks and everything. How'd you feel about it?
Yeah, it was pretty standard, but that's how it's supposed to be. Like like you said, it's a foundation on which to enact hijinks, and it was perfectly serviceable. Yeah. Yeah.
Yep. There was something else I was going to say. Oh, there's an extended sequence, which if we do spoilers, we'll talk about in more detail, but there was like basically a short film in the middle of this movie that is a cutaway to like it is the night of passion that they have, and like it tells an entire story involving a snowman. Oh my God. It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, the best way to review this movie is to just talk about how great the gags were.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And the clever turns of phrase, like I said, just the way that he commits to like even the line delivery of the most ridiculous, like double speak, misunderstanding dialogue. Like it is that tried and true formula of like, oh, I said one thing. Oh, I'm going to like, oh, so then you are going to misinterpret one of the words or take it literally. So I'm going to respond as if you were saying it literally, and do it in such a just earnest deadpan. The quickness of that was just astounding.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Leslie Nielsen will always be the king of that, but
yes,
he did a great job.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah. What else can we talk about?
Man, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kevin Durant.
Yes.
He should be in more things.
He should.
I don't know why he's not a big star. I'm a big fan of his. Yeah.
He had a really big year like last year, the year before. Like he was in Abigail and what did he? I think he was in Beyond the Spider-Verse maybe?
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I think Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. I was way off.
Okay.
Oh yeah, and he was in Clown in a Cornfield, which was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's been getting work.
Gotcha. I haven't seen him.
Years.
I haven't seen him in a long time.
Mm. Oh, and he's great too. Like he's fantastic in this, and anytime I see him in anything, there's a great scene with him.
the hospital bed.
Yes.
Scene. God, that was great.
So great. I feel like this is just us saying like, oh, this was great. This part was great.
I know, right? Yeah.
Yep.
You don't want to spoil it.
No. So would you want to see them continue on with this, doing more of these modern Naked Gun movies?
I don't know. I feel like it could lose its luster very quickly, which is true of any of these gag style physical comedy movies.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they should give it another shot, but I feel like they need to tread water very lightly.
Yeah.
It can wear out its welcome very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I definitely agree with you there. I'm not saying that they should do like a full run Police Academy style, like multiple sequels or anything, but I would like to see like a continuation of this, because I think that there's enough like gold struck here that I think as long as it's in the proper hands and not quick turnarounds for quick cash or anything, or cash in on the success. I don't even know how successful this was, but I think that it could really be good if they do more under the right circumstances with the right creative force and everything.
Yeah.
The marketing campaign surrounding this movie was amazing. I don't know how much of it you saw, but there's a lot of I saw like a TikTok or something of a gate arm at like some studio in Los Angeles that was, or maybe it was a theater, I don't know, but it was a gate arm for a parking garage, and it was basically Liam Neeson standing like a cardboard cutout standee, and like the actual arm of the gate arm was like imitating the image of his penis, but like not like an actual like dick or anything, but it was just like positioned in a way. And it was just like, and it had some clever like tagline that had that innuendo about dicks or something, but like it's just like little things like that are just so good. And there was an ad that they played in the theater that was Liam Neeson basically talking to the audience in like this faux serious tone, being like, I'm here to talk to you about the movie comedy. Year after year, fewer comedies are released in theaters, and you can do the right thing and see The Naked Gun in the theater. Like, it was very tongue in cheek, but very sincere and dry and just straightforward, the way like you played it so straight that it was very endearing. I loved it.
Nice. Yeah, I hadn't seen those, but that's awesome.
Yep. Do you want to go into quick spoilers? Because I have maybe 2 things to say in spoilers. I don't want to give away the bits or anything.
Yeah, sure. Okay.
What did you or will you rate this on Letterboxd?
Oh, I think I gave it a 4 stars. Yeah.
Nice.
Honestly, this will make my top 10.
Nice.
Yeah, and proudly, like I have no issue putting this on my top 10.
Sweet. I also rated it 4 stars. Probably it might make the cut, but we'll see. But yeah, I mean, this is one of those like really good lightning in a bottle studio comedy wide release movies that just hits the right chord like consistently. It's really great. So
yep, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we are going to go ahead and go into spoilers for The Naked Gun. Before we do that, of course, you can follow Tiny on Letterboxd at ObsessiveTiny. And yeah, of course, you can navigate timestamps in the show notes of this episode if you want to skip around spoilers. But we're going to go into a quick spoiler discussion about The Naked Gun after I play a clip from this trailer. When we come back, we're going to be spoiling The Naked Gun.
Once you kill a man for revenge, there's no going back. A voice in your head sang over and over, "That was awesome."
Who are you?
Drebin. Detective Frank Drebin. Thanks.
Police Squad has always been the elite of the elite.
Hi, Daddy. It's me, Frank Jr. Love you.
Hey, Dad. Boy, do I miss you.
And you, Frank, are the best of the best.
All right, so spoilers on for The Naked Gun. Tiny, a couple of things real quick is just like some of the bits that I just died at were like, I love how it just quickly establishes how crazy and over the top it is and commits to it. So like when he is fighting the people in the bank and like he bites the gun in half and chews it like a piece of candy. It's just, that whole sequence was such a great way to just bring us into that world quickly and really, really well. It was fantastic all around.
Perfect. Yeah, I think that might be my favorite gag is when he bites the gun. Yeah, just because it's so quick and done, and like that was great. And then I think maybe my favorite gag was CCH Pounder's husband being asleep in every scene, and like she brings him to the stadium for the fight while he's still like just so stupid but hilarious.
Oh yeah. A slight sidebar about CCH Pounder. I love her. She's fantastic in everything I've seen her in. Especially The Shield, which is obviously one of our favorite shows. But like part of me is a little like annoyed at the kind of cultural response to CCH Pounder, because like I will see like a clip or something of her from this and check the comments, and 9 times out of 10 the comments about her are just the quote from The Shield where she says like, "Damn it, Dutch, how many errands do you have us running for the DA?" Because the clip from It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia where Glenn Howerton does that impression, that went viral and that has gone viral and stuff. So like part of me is like, okay, you guys are quoting this, but it's from one of the best TV shows like ever. Like go watch that. Like it's like, I understand, like it's a funny cultural touch point for that clip from It's Always Sunny, which is a funny show, but like I feel like you're not making the reference because of The Shield. You're making it because of another show, and The Shield's great.
Yes, more people need to watch The Shield for sure.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, I haven't seen that meme.
Oh, really? I'll send you a link. It's really good. But yeah.
Gotcha.
But yeah, one of the jokes that caught me so off guard, and like I was thinking about it throughout the rest of the movie and afterwards, was when he is looking at Pamela Anderson in the room and he's narrating his description, and he ends it with, "and a bottom that would make any toilet beg for the brown." That just slayed me.
That was pretty damn classic.
It was freaking amazing. And I also love that whole level of that whole level of dirty humor, but also just like memorable dirty humor. Like it was really good.
Yeah, it wasn't like egregious. It wasn't like disgusting. It wasn't disgusting humor. Yeah, but it was in the toilet humor realm though. Yes,
and the level that it plays on like noir stuff and like femme fatale stuff is just like it's playing in that sandbox so well. But yeah, and the final thing I'll say is the end fight with Danny Houston and Liam Neeson, when he like punches him and like they do like he's like that really hurt. Like it's like just like that dynamic was fantastic.
Yeah, I really wish he would have been like time out. Like, that would have been hilarious. Yeah,
absolutely. Anything else we can say in spoilers? Because like I don't know how really you do a spoiler review for a movie like this.
Yeah, I don't know how you do one either. The post credits thing was kind of clever too.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the vacation thing in the middle.
Yeah, where they're on vacation.
Yeah, that was great. Yeah. That was great. There was also there was a bit in the actual credits that I missed, but it's gone kind of viral where like in the credits of like set design and everything, there's a section that says set dressings, and it says like Italian, vinaigrette, ranch. It's just like fucking great.
Fantastic.
Yep. So I guess that's it for our review of The Naked Gun.
Yeah.
4 stars from me, 4 stars from Tiny. Probably going to be on Tiny's top 10. Might squeak in on mine, but this is a movie that I want to and probably hopefully will go see in the theater again.
Nice.
Yeah. Just because it's good for the laughs. So
yeah, I'll watch it again for sure.
Yeah, hell yeah. So that is our review of The Naked Gun, which again is in theaters now. And we're going to bid adieu to Tiny so that I can do the secondary review of Happy Gilmore 2, which is streaming on Netflix. But before you go, Tiny, can you tell people where they can find you online? And any other thoughts or words?
Yeah, the best place to find me is on Letterboxd at Obsessive Tiny. I'm not quite as active on there because I don't watch as many movies, but send me a message on there or check out a review, and I'll get back to you.
Yes, nice. And links to all of that is in the show notes of this episode. Tiny, it has been a blast, and I look forward to chatting with you again.
Absolutely. Thanks, man.
Yeah, of course. And before we get to our secondary review, I want to take a quick moment to remind you that if you like the show, please take a moment to follow us on social media and subscribe to and rate the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, YouTube Music, or whatever your preferred podcast app is. And don't forget to subscribe to the Obsessive Viewer Podcast YouTube channel as well, where I post some videos here and there and some live streams of podcasts occasionally, and some short form content as well. And if you're interested in starting a podcast of your own, you can go to Libsyn and use the promo code OBSESS. When you sign up for a new account, you'll get up to 2 months free, depending on when during the month that you sign up, and we'll get a commission on it as well. More details on that in the show notes of this episode. And now back to the show.
They tell me I view obsessively.
Okay, and before we actually get to the secondary review, I'm going to be doing a non-spoiler review of Happy Gilmore 2. But before that, I just want to give a quick mea culpa that obviously this episode was supposed to go up a couple of weeks ago. We recorded this episode on August 7th, and I just haven't had time to record the back half of it or the second part of it. So I'm just now doing it. It's August 19th, and I apologize. But hey, that means that you guys are hopefully likely going to be getting 2 episodes this week. But yeah, I don't really have that much of an excuse or anything for it. Just I've been doing a lot of volunteer work with COIN, the Coalition for Our Immigrant Neighbors, helping them create videos for a panel discussion that they're going to be having this weekend at the JCC. So that's been occupying a bit of my time, and I'm not going to apologize for it because I'm very proud of the work that I'm doing over there with them. And so check that out, coalitionforimmigrantneighbors.com or .org. So anyway, so that's what I've been up to. So I am very sorry for the delay in getting this episode out and everything, and I appreciate your guys' patience as I work through my poor time management skills. So having said all that, we're going to go into my secondary review of the week. That is for Happy Gilmore 2. Like I said, it's going to be a non-spoiler review, so I'm going to play a clip from the trailer here in a second, and then I'll go into my non-spoiler review of Happy Gilmore 2. But I do want to mention I am going to be doing some more Patreon stuff very, very soon. I've just kind of lost track of time and everything, so be on the lookout for more Patreon stuff in the coming days. So, having said that, here's a clip from the trailer for Happy Gilmore 2. When I come back, I'm going to be giving a non-spoiler review of the movie.
My name is Happy Gilmore. 30 years ago, I decided to give golf a try. But even when you're at the top of your game, you can always shank one. Happy Gilmore sucks?
Oh, eat a bag of dicks!
How are you going to put Vienna through ballet school? It's $75,000 a year. That's 4 years. That's 333 grand.
That's terrible math, Johnny. It's 300 grand. I wouldn't even know where to start.
Let them see the happy I fell in love with.
Come on, you gotta do it, Dad.
All right, let's go. Go get him, Dad.
But how about the jig?
I know how to do it, Dad. Let's go.
Okay, here we go. So Happy Gilmore 2 is available to stream on Netflix. It was released on July 25th, 2025. The premise, according to IMDb, is not a premise, but it is very indicative of the type of movie this is. But the premise, according to IMDb, is revisit Happy Gilmore's golf career after his win in the Tour Championship. Director for this movie was Kyle Newacek. Writers were Tim Herlihy and Adam Sandler, and the cast includes Adam Sandler, Julie Bowen, Christopher McDonald, Benny Safdie, Ben Stiller, Bad Bunny, John Daly, Dennis Dugan, Haley Joel Osment, and Lavelle Crawford. So, my non-spoiler thoughts on Happy Gilmore 2. I will go ahead and say up top, I rated this 2.5 stars out of 5, which is probably pretty generous. So longtime listeners will know the lore of Adam Sandler with the Obsessive Viewer podcast. About 12 years ago, or about 11 years ago at this point, we did a Summer of Sandler series where me, Tiny, and Mike, along with Mike's brother, Kevin, we did a series of episodes where we just kind of went through all of Adam Sandler's filmography. And then we never looked back. I never looked back, really. I just really got tired of Adam Sandler. Like, obviously, you know, his dramatic work, like in Uncut Gems and Punch Drunk Love, are all good and everything, but it's just his brand of comedy is something that I outgrew years and years and years ago. So when he made his Netflix deal, like I really don't think I've really watched any of his Netflix movies. I've heard good things about Murder Mystery, and that's about it, I think. But like the movies that he's been pumping out for Netflix have been just like something that I'm just not that interested in. I did watch Pixels, and I immediately just pushed that out of my brain because Jesus Christ, which I know that that's not one of the Netflix movies, but you know, whatever. So the thing that I kind of keep coming back to with Adam Sandler these days is that he definitely has this, it's well documented, well discussed all over the internet, that he just has this thing where he has a group of people that he is friends with, that he works with consistently in that sphere. Oh, I also watched the Wrong Missy because Lauren Lapkus is in it, and I'm a fan of hers. So anyway, so he has a group of people that he works with, that he's friends with, and that basically they'll make a movie and it'll be like, oh, okay, for no reason whatsoever, we're going to set this in Hawaii so we can have a Hawaiian vacation, which, hey, you know what? If it's profitable, if it makes money and you have a good time, who cares? I have no qualms with that as a way to basically make, just do the thing that you love and hang out with your friends and be able to be in a tropical place. Like, that's cool. I like that. Good for him. I wish the movies were better. But, like I said, my kind of taste in comedy and the viewpoint of comedy, of his brand of comedy has just deteriorated over the years. I've grown so far out of that ridiculous, like childish, stupid, brand of comedy, just wholesale. Like that's what I've grown out of it. As an adult now, I don't care for it. That's not to say that his like classic movies like Happy Gilmore or Billy Madison aren't effective. I haven't revisited them, but like there are moments in those movies that are very much a part of my a part of me in terms of like being something that I enjoyed as a kid, and I have nostalgia for that. And because of that nostalgia, I do hold those to a pretty high regard. I do enjoy those movies because I have that kind of tether to my childhood when I was the target demographic for those movies. So those work pretty well. I do enjoy them. or at least my memories of them. But now it's 30 some years later, and he's back with Happy Gilmore 2. I know that when this was announced, it was a big kind of to-do that, oh yeah, we're coming back to Happy Gilmore. We're doing Happy Gilmore 2 for Netflix. Like, okay, that's fine. Do that. As the kids say, get your bag. But it didn't excite me, even with Happy Gilmore being one of the Adam Sandler comedy movies that I actually enjoy. I wasn't that interested in this or anything. So when I sat down to watch it, having only really seen of his recent work, like The Wrong Missy, which is just a Happy Madison production. I don't think he's actually in it, but because that's a David Spade vehicle. But anyway, having not really seen the recent Happy Madison productions, and the ones that I have seen just kind of just slipped away from my brain, I wasn't sure exactly what to expect with Happy Gilmore 2. But I will say I would stop short of saying pleasantly surprised, because my expectations were not even, like, they were kind of non-existent. I just didn't really care about this movie at all. I was just like, okay, the timing is right to do this for the podcast, and as luck would have it, I waited 2 weeks to actually review it, so there's egg on my face. But I didn't know what to expect, because of his more modern stuff, I remember how atrocious like a movie like Grown Ups 2 is, even down to like the first Grown Ups, where there's I feel like I'm going to just come across as such a comedy snob and everything, but like one of the big like laugh lines for Grown Ups, the first Grown Ups movie, is like they're at dinner and the kids are there, and someone in the group says like, oh, I'm gonna get wasted, and then one of the kids is like, what does that mean? And then they're like, oh, that just means, ice cream. And then the kid is like, well, I'm gonna get chocolate wasted. And like, I remember like having friends who were like, oh, that's hilarious, and I'm like, but why? It's not like a clever thing. It's not like a play on anything. It's just a kid saying, I'm going to get chocolate wasted. That's not even a thing. That's not even like, that's not clever. Like, it's dumb. It's just dumb. And that's where Adam Sandler has been for me, as someone who, has watched some of his more recent stuff. So I didn't know what to expect with Happy Gilmore 2. What I got, like I said, my expectations were low, almost to the point where they were non-existent. I just was going to watch it and to review it. What I came out of it with was that it was actually watchable. So like, I won't say that I was pleasantly surprised, but I do think that it is better than I expected to give it credit for. And by doing that, like by saying that, it's not high praise. Like, I'm being very careful to be very like lukewarm toward this movie, because it does have problems. There are issues. There are things that I didn't like about it. There are things that didn't work for me or anything. But as strictly a nostalgia piece for the people like me who grew up like watching Happy Gilmore and Billy Madison and listening to Adam Sandler's like comedy album, and also seeing him on Saturday Night Live, seeing like that, having that like pinch of nostalgia in this movie is kind of satisfying to an extent. Like, it's relatively satisfying. It made it watchable because it is a tether to my childhood and that nostalgia bit. Now, when I say that is a very, very soft accolade to throw at it, because they just went way over the top with the nostalgia thing. Like, it got very just dull. It got repetitive. It got boring. But like, there were little pieces here and there where I was like, I understand what they're going for and I kind of respect that, but lay off a little bit because it's getting a little tired. Like having a big fist fight between Happy and Shooter McGavin in a cemetery and having like every headstone be a reference to someone in the movie, in the original movie, who's died, or a character who's gone, or just like goofy things like that. Like every single one, it's like, okay, you're playing to the cheap seats. Like maybe make it a little more subtle and make it a little bit more spread out. Basically, subtle and sporadic, it goes a long way. But no, it is just resting on like hitting those nostalgia beats, having characters that are the children of characters from the original movie, who have either the actor or character have passed away, or both. And like some of that works pretty well. Like Lavelle Crawford plays the son of Carl Weathers' character from the first movie, and like that's good. That's fun. That's good. He's a very good actor and everything. And then elsewhere they have like a character who plays the or a guy, I don't remember who it is, but he plays the son of the guy who played Jaws and Bond. Richard Kiel, is that it? Yeah, I think so. Anyway, plays his son, and then like all throughout it there are like little bits and pieces, like nice, like actual subtle points in it where it's like, okay, yeah, like Adam Sandler's like entire family is cast in this movie. His daughter plays a woman that he meets at a Alcoholics Anonymous meeting, and that's like there's a very sweet line at the end that kind of ties into that as like a wink to the audience. I really like that. But like having like Ben Stiller reprise his role, but him being like instead of being like someone who's working in a retirement community, he's now like the leader of an AA group, and he's using it to get the people in AA to basically do all of his bidding and do all of his work for him, which works and is fine with the character and everything. But it's also like, okay, we're just trying to we're just trying a little too hard to make connections to the original movie, and it's kind of it. I don't know. It gets very tired quite a bit throughout the movie, but like those are just like cameos, and those are just connections to the original movie that it again hits it hard every single time. To actually talk about the plot of this movie and what the stakes are and what happens in it, it's a mixed bag. It is very much a mixed bag. So it does the thing that, and I'm going to try not to really spoil this, but it does a thing that it does the exact same thing that Clerks 3 did that I hated. So the beginning of the movie is similar to the beginning of Clerks 3. If you've seen Clerks 3, you probably can piece together what it is. But basically, the crux of Happy Gilmore's like emotional journey in this movie is that he is experiencing loss. He's experiencing grief, and he also has like 4 or 5 kids, sons, who are basically like teenagers and early 20s, I think, of just like very aggressive, like Happy Gilmore kids. And that's where the mixed bag kind of comes into play. So, he has a daughter. That's right. He has a daughter as well who wants to go to ballet school. She's very talented, and in order to, like it said in the trailer, in order to get her the tuition to go to Paris to study dance or whatever, he needs like $300,000 or something like that, which brings him back into the world of golf, which I'll talk about that in a bit. But basically, he is struggling with trying to make his children happy and make his life Gilmore. so dumb. But that is like leaps and bounds better wordplay than anything in either of these movies. But anyway, so either of these movies being really just Happy Gilmore 2. I guess I'd throw in Happy Gilmore for that. Anyway, so his key into getting back into golf and everything is providing for his family, providing for his children. And that is respectable and commendable for a variety of reasons. And it's one of the things that I was kind of struck by with this movie, with having not really seen, I don't think I've seen an Adam Sandler fronted movie. Like, I haven't seen Adam Sandler as the star of a movie since like Uncut Gems. I haven't seen him as the star of a Happy Madison production since Pixels, I guess. I haven't seen him now. And I was pleasantly surprised to find that while the humor is juvenile, while the comedy is juvenile at various points in the movie, it is very juvenile and stupid, there is also this level of not holding back, but it's a bit of restraint. It is tampered down to the point where it's almost like it's like Adam Sandler is now a father in real life, like he has been a father. It's like it has grown him as a comedic actor. I'll say that. And because of that, I was actually kind of invested in the storyline. I was kind of invested in the journey, even if the overall thing, toned down, that's the word I was looking for. He's very toned down in terms of the comedy stuff. He's not doing like gibberish stuff because he thinks it'll get a laugh. He's doing like he's almost to the point where he is like the older, like straight man of the movie, which is a pretty big swing away, no pun intended, pretty big swing away from Happy Gilmore 1. And his more like childish stuff in like from 30 years ago. So that was kind of surprising to me. And when I say that it allowed me to kind of get more keyed into the plot and storyline and everything, it's not Shakespeare. It's not gonna win the Academy Award or anything like that. It's nothing too deep. But navigating through like the nostalgia beats and toned down humor and more nostalgia beats, the actual story of Happy Gilmore trying to navigate this world that he's in, is kind of appealing, kind of charming, kind of well done. But it's hamstrung by a lot of different things, like all of the nostalgia beats I referenced, but also the golf of it all. So he has to come up with $300,000 so that his daughter can like achieve her dream of being a famous dancer or ballerina or whatever, and go to school in France. So he needs to go back into being a golfer, because after a tragedy, he's just like, he's not into golfing anymore. He takes up like alcohol and he's an alcoholic and everything. So he's down in the dumps and he needs to relearn how to golf and how to golf the Happy Gilmore way. That's fine. That's well enough. That's okay. But where it goes from there is this like young hotshot startup thing that's supposed to revolutionize golfing. It's like this very brotastic frat head kind of guy, kind of guy centric attitude where it's like, oh, we're going to make golf exciting. We're going to make golf awesome and fun and a great spectator sport. So they have all of these extra rules and all of these different things that go into play. And that's where like the tournament comes into play. Like the actual tournament to get the $300,000 comes into play. And there's something that's missing there. There's something that setup, that specific style of going into comedy for the sake of comedy. It's too much of a turn. It's too much of a turn from the original. So for a movie that's continuously reminding you of the glory days of Adam Sandler and Happy Gilmore and the glory days of like, oh, remember when you saw Happy Gilmore when you were 12 and laughed your ass off. Like, isn't that funny? Now here's a character that's related to a character that you laughed at in the first movie. Isn't this fun? For all of that, it's missing the thing that made Happy Gilmore so fun and enjoyable. And that is the fact that Happy Gilmore was a hockey player who had to play golf in order to save his grandmother's house or something. And because of that, he is the outsider. He is a fish out of water going into like the stuffy, prestigious sport of golf. And he's basically doing the Adam Sandler thing in the first movie. Here, it's the reverse of that. He is the kind of stuffy, like pro golfer who is now reluctantly brought back from retirement and from disgrace to try to win this tournament. But the twist is that now golf itself has changed drastically to where he's still the outsider. But it's for, it's because golf has changed. This version of golf has changed. And there are ridiculous stakes that are brought up, like, oh, if we lose or whatever, then the entire PGA has to change to this specific type of golf. It's nothing that stupid, but it's close to it. So it's very much just kind of Gen Z-ifying golf, but not doing anything to really talk about that as a subtext or anything. It's not really doing anything to make it interesting or not even informative, but like, it's not a situation where they're like, oh, isn't like this is a difference between Gen X and Gen Z, where Gen Z has a short attention span, so they can't like play golf. They have to make it like this, like kind of like triathlon event or something because they can't focus or anything. It's nothing like that. It's nothing deeper than, oh, wouldn't it be funny if Happy Gilmore had to play golf, but golf has changed. It's like, it's very surface level. Yeah, it was kind of just dry, really, was how it is. And that it's kind of like the entire movie is kind of centered around that kind of dryness of not like trying to do things where it's like trying to be the opposite of the original. Like I'll go ahead and talk a little bit about Christopher McDonald, who plays Shooter McGavin. He obviously reprises his role. He is maybe like the MVP of the movie to an extent. And that's like MVP in terms of like, you know, it's not a big accolade because the movie is just okay. But he does some pretty fun things with his role in this movie. In particular, he is he's been in an asylum for the past like 30 years because it drove him crazy that Happy Gilmore beat him. And so I won't go into detail about the plot involving Shooter McGavin or anything, but it's one of those things where it's like, oh, we're enemies, but we need to join together to fight against a bigger enemy or whatever. And that dynamic is really pretty fun because it creates this redemptive arc for Shooter McGavin that I wasn't expecting. And I think that Christopher McDonald played that really, really well. And he made it convincing and fun in a very surprising way in terms of being entertaining and not overstaying its welcome or overdoing it with nostalgia or anything. So I think that is about all that I have to say about Happy Gilmore 2. Honestly, it's streaming on Netflix. If you are a fan of the original, you might get some things out of this one, but it's not required viewing if you grew up with Happy Gilmore or Billy Madison or anything. Like it's fine. It's a laundry movie. It's something to throw on in the background while you're doing laundry or putting off recording podcasts or Patreon stuff. It's serviceable at best. So that is my review of Happy Gilmore 2. It is streaming on Netflix. And yeah, I can't really, I can't really vouch for it all that much, but I actually didn't hate it. So, that's all I've got to say about it. Again, I rated it 2.5 stars out of 5 on Letterboxd. Probably should have been 2 stars out of 5, honestly, but I don't know. It had its moments. It's nostalgia porn for most of the people in my age bracket. So, it wins some there, and it does the thing that Clerks 3 does, but I think because I don't really give too much of a shit about Happy Gilmore, it didn't really affect me, but it is kind of just like, okay, we need to manufacture something to make Happy Gilmore be down so that it's very like intro to screenwriting, for the most part. And that's hilarious to me because Adam Sandler's been making movies for like 30 years. It's ridiculous. But whatever. So that is Happy Gilmore 2. It is streaming on Netflix. I am not going to do a potpourri section because I don't really have much to say about anything, but I will say that I am grinding out some stuff for Patreon. I've been doing a project that I have been toying with that is going to launch in January, but I think that's September 20th. I might throw something up on Patreon as like a preview for that. So I don't know. We'll see. But anyway, sign up at Patreon, patreon.com/obsessiveviewer. That's it for this week's episode of The Obsessive Viewer. As always, thank you so much for listening, and make sure to follow the show on social media and subscribe to the podcast on your preferred podcast app. Also, check out Obsessive Viewer Podcast's other shows, Tower Junkies, a Stephen King podcast hosted by Tiny and myself, and Anthology, the Twilight Zone and classic sci-fi podcast hosted by me. And of course, check out Patreon for more content. Next time on the show, which should be in a couple of days, honestly, I'm going to be reviewing Weapons and the new Ice Cube fronted Screen Life movie, War of the Worlds. Look out for that here in a couple of days. Until then, thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode. And now, enjoy this short clip from a recent Patreon-exclusive episode. For the full episode and more Patreon-exclusive content, sign up at patreon.com/obsessiveviewer. The other thing I heard from the announcements and everything, I didn't really glob onto it or anything, but they're allowed to challenge a call or something as long as it's in field or something or whatever.
Something like that. I don't know the rules of it, but yeah, that's kind of cool that, replay has become a big thing in all sports now.
Nice.
Yeah. Speaking of, did we just start a sports podcast? Is that what we're doing?
I think we did. Yeah. Crackofthebat.com. I don't know.
Dude, that's a freaking awesome name for a baseball podcast.
Crack of the Bat podcast, our hybrid baseball and Batman podcast coming to you.
Oh, shit. That's awesome. That's great.
What if the Justice League played baseball against the Avengers?
Oh, shit. Oh, that's funny. But speaking of sports, I went to, this kind of leads into something not sports related.
Oh.
I went to the Brickyard 400 a couple weeks ago.
Oh, yeah. And when we were at the screening, through this, I don't know if you registered it, but I was like, I was excited for your guy, Bubba Hotep winning.
I picked up on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Basically, I'm an idiot, but yeah, anyway.
Right. Yeah. I gave it the appropriate response.
Nice. Yes, you did. Yes. But yeah, you went to the Brickyard 400. And now is it officially back to being called the Brickyard 400, or is it like...
It is, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, they raced on the road course for a few years, and it wasn't that great. But it was a weird financial decision. There was a tire issue too. It's a whole thing. But
okay.
Yeah, they're back on the oval. This is the second year they've been back on the oval.
Thank you for listening to the Obsessive Viewer podcast. This episode was produced and edited by me, Matt Hurt. If you have feedback, thoughts on our episodes, or just want to connect, you can email me at matt@obsessiveviewer.com. For more information on this show, including a full archive of our episodes and show notes, visit obsessiveviewer.com. And if you enjoyed the show, please give us a follow on social media and subscribe to us on your podcast app of choice so you never miss an episode. Also, consider rating and reviewing the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Audible to help increase our visibility and grow our community. If you want to support the show and get early access to new episodes, as well as a steady stream of exclusive episodes, you can join our Patreon at patreon.com/obsessiveviewer. For information on more podcasts presented by obsessiveviewer.com, visit obsessiveviewer.com/podcasts. Our theme song is A Little Mad Sometimes by As Good As It Gets. For more of their music, check them out on Spotify and at asgoodasitgetsmusic.com. Thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode.
Get up to 2 months of free podcasting service with Libsyn. Check out the show notes for your promo code to get started podcasting today.